Hello, in this video we're looking at the new card visual. Let's get straight to it because it's really cool. So what is it? Here it is. You click on it, card, new, little icon is a card with a lightning bolt, so you know that it's cool. And that's what it is. I have my card visual, but what can I do with it? So first things first, really cool thing that you can do with it is very basically add more than one metric. So I've got my first metric and now I'm going to add my second metric, and you can see straight away 2 metrics there. I'll add a couple of more just to make it a bit more interesting, I suppose, and then we'll take it from there. So that's what it is. I have my 3 metrics and I can now do a lot with those things. I'm not going to go through every single thing because you can do a lot, but it's worth checking out and it's worth playing around with all the options. So first of all, what's the benefit of only having one card instead of loading 3? Well, it's simply that. You don't have to load 3 elements. You load 1 element. You load 1 visual instead of however number of metrics you want to display. Nice. What else? The formatting options. So the shape. I can change my shape. I can, round the corners. I can do all this bits and pieces. Very cool. So you play around with that and see what shapes you like. All this type of stuff. Let's go back to rectangle. Nice. What else? So first of all, if I look at my call out, it gives me 2 options, values and label. So switch off my values, the values disappear. You're rarely going to do that, but you can do it. Also very nice is that you can also do it individually. So you can change the options one at a time for total points, for total bullets, no bonus. If I wanted to give it a different text size. So if I want to say, for example, I want to change the color of that to orange, I can change it just for that one, right? And not for other ones. That's pretty cool to help things stand out a little bit. And it's exactly the same for your label, So I'm still on my total points by game week, no bonus. And here, for example, I can say, okay, I want my label for this one, for whatever reason, to be smaller, bold. All these things you can play around with. Yes, with more options, you can do more things that aren't great, but you can do more things that are pretty cool. All stuff to play around with. What else? So layout, horizontal, vertical grid. So I can say I want it to be vertical, and then I do it like that. Very nice. I can say I want it to be a grid and specify the number of rows and columns. So I'm going to say I want 2 rows and I want 1 column, like that. Oh, let's do it the other way around, actually. It makes more sense. 2 columns and 2 rows. So now I've got this like square thing going on. Just add 1 more metric to make it look a bit nicer. What can we have? Let's say creativity. Cool. So now I have my grid. Very nice. All those options, vertical, horizontal, grid. Awesome. What else? Loads of stuff. So I can change. So again, I'm on series all. I can say I want to fill them with a specific color. Let's say I'm going to fill them with purple. I know this is getting far too colorful, but it's just to show the functionality. I can do that for all of them, bring it back to white, or again, I can say for total points by game week, no bonus. If I want to stick to that one, fill that one a different color. I want to fill that one like that. So you can make each individual series stand out by using this functionality. The one thing I will say that I have noticed is that once you've done it, changed it for one of them, and then you go back to all, it will change all but the one that you've already changed, which I don't know, I find a little bit annoying. That's a little bit of a weird behavior, which I wish that when I was on all, it would do it for all of them, including the one I've already changed. I don't know, maybe you disagree with that, but I would prefer if that happened. Yeah. If we go down to something like, you have shadow you can use and you have glow. I'm not really a fan of those options, but you can play around with those and have fun. Also worth pointing out, by the way, that I'm saying things like you can fill it with a color. You can also use conditional formatting, so you can change them all individually based on their own separate conditional formatting. So if something's good, make it green. If it's bad, make it red, or something that's better for people with, accessibility, color issues. But you see my point. Lots of ways you can change all this stuff. Some things that I do like a lot are, for example, this accent bar. So the accent bar is something, I'm just going to switch off the border because it's not very nice. The accent bar is basically a line on whatever side of the visual you want it on. So here I've got this now thick bar on the left-hand side, or the right-hand side, or the top, or the bottom, etc., etc. So you can choose where the accent bar is. Pretty cool. Choose the color, and again, choose it based on a particular series or all of them. Nice. Very cool stuff. Image is really cool because with image, you can do a couple of things. You can upload an image locally from your device. So I'm just going to say, okay, I'm going to put my picture on there. And now you can see, for no apparent reason, I've got my little mini-me on there all over the place. You can do that. That's one way of doing it. You can also specify. So if I want to say, okay, for total points by game week, I want a specific image. So instead of uploading it from my device, I can say image URL, and I can just like copy it from somewhere. If I have a URL of an image, I can just stick that in. So say I'm going to use this one. And again, this is total points by game week. Put in my link, and you can see now, if I just make this a bit bigger, I have this icon, which is quite nice, because if you have an image online that you want to use, which I'm sure you can find quite easily, I'll put a link in the video description of where you can find something like that. You can use an icon, an individual icon for each of the series. So again, let's go to something like, I don't know, assists. Just pick a random one. And these icons make no sense for what they're going to, but just to show you examples of what you can do. So each one can have its own individual icon. Really good for helping you for metrics to stand out and stuff. Also, what you can do, and this is very nice, you can use SVG, sparklines, that kind of stuff. So for a sparkline, I'm going to do, I've got a few here. I'll just pick one at random so you can see how it works. And I'll go for this one, no bonus. Again, go to image URL. And when you do that, this comes up, the conditional formatting. So it's kind of weird that it's under URL, but whatever, who cares? Image URL, conditional formatting, and then I'm going to just pick one of the ones that I have by typing SVG. Let's just go with assists. It doesn't match the metric, but it's just to show you how it works. So, and now you see I have this tiny little sparkline here. So you want to be careful. Sometimes it comes up with size 0. And at first I was like, why is it not working? You got to put in an appropriate size for it to fit. So now I have that. I can put the sparkline at the bottom if I wanted to. So I have it there. So I have my sparkline to go along with my metric, all getting very cool. So these are the different ways you can do it. And I could do the same thing for creativity. What I'm creating here, again, I know isn't visually wonderful, but I think it's a good demonstration of what you can do with this new card visualization, which you really should check out. I'm definitely going to be using it. One final thing, I kind of prepared this page to show you different ways you can do stuff, different ways to kind of play around with it. So for example, this one, what I did that I didn't do on this page, for example, I changed here the spacing between each of my series. So you can kind of group them in this really cool way using this functionality of the accent bar, and also by kind of playing around with the padding here, space between cards. I've got 0. If I put 1, you do that, but with 0, you get this really nice kind of look. Playing around with the shape, and on this one, having the accent bar at the top, spark lines on each one here. This one here demonstrating using the icon functionality, which I showed before. This one is again also a card, but looks very different. I've used an SVG for a gauge. Now I will say, I think if you're going to play around with SVGs, that kind of stuff, you really should check out this external tool called, it's called MSHGQM, Microsoft Hates Quick Measures. Definitely check that out if you want to use some SVGs in your new card visualization. That's it. That's what I want to show you. It's really cool. Solves lots of problems, can make a really effective kind of like a KPI overview if you want. Thank you very much, Miguel Myers, for all this stuff that you've been putting together for us. And yeah, enjoy the new card visual, create some cool stuff, and replace those old cards that are ugly. Cool. Thanks very much. And yeah, if you liked the video, like, subscribe, all that YouTube type stuff. And take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.